of y from this place. F of x given to you this. What will be f of y? 0 to 1. 5y plus 3k dy is equal to k. Getting an equation in terms of k. When you will integrate it, what do you get? 5 by 2 y square plus 3ky from 0 to 1 is equal to k. Equation in terms of k. Write this 1, you will get k is equal to 5 by 2 plus 3k. Writing 0, we will get 0. So I am getting 3k is equal to 2k is equal to minus 5 by 2, so k is equal to minus 5 by 4. Just put k is equal to minus 5 by 4 here. Here you get f of x is equal to 5x minus 5 by 4. Minus 5 by 4.
15 by 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is 15 by 4. Over. I guess you understood. This is an easy question. Similarly, the question over here is again an easy question. Length is b. Like you will write f of x is equal to x plus. Now see, you are integrating this with respect to y. You are integrating it with respect to y. That means x is constant. So what do you get finally? X 0 to 1 y square f of y. See this y square f of y. Is this step clear?
Yes.
What else is left? Can you tell me? And dy. What do you get? The next step 0 to 1. X square is out. What is left inside? Y into f of y. Now I do not know what is f of y, so I will consider it k1 and I will consider the second part as k2. So what is fx here? Fx equal to x plus k1x. This is k1x plus what is it? k2x square. I guess the question done. Now you have to find out the values of k1 and k2, which will give you a calculation part, not the conceptual part now. What is k1? I will write one step. k1 is equal to 0 to 1 y square.
Sir, we are disconnected, sir.
So that's not the issue. We were discussing the last time problem. In fact, I knew that you people are not there. Okay. Last question, this we are discussing. Okay. 0 to 1 y square. What is f of y? F of y from this place. What do you get?
Y plus K1.
Y plus k1y plus k2y square and dy, isn't it? So you are getting this is your first equation, and you can integrate it. See, this becomes y cube. What is the integral of y cube? y4 y4 k1 y cube once again k1 y raised to power 4 y4 वगैरह. So what do you get finally? You get an equation in terms of k1 and k2. Equation in k1 and k2. You can get one more equation in k1 and k2. How come? k2 is equal to, that's it. k2 is equal to 0 to 1. What is k2? Y into what is f of y? Y plus k1y plus k2y square dy. Finish. Second equation in k1 k2. Solve this simultaneous equation for k1 and k2. It's the same question actually. Got it? PCMC batch. We haven't discussed anything new actually. We were discussing the last problems I had given you. A simple question. Chalo solve karke do. Tum hi do. You have been given. I'll take 3 or 4 examples more. That's it. You have been given f of x plus y is equal to x plus f of y, right? And it's given that f of 0 is equal to 2. Find f of 100. 10 seconds. Question goes to you. APGC 1, 2. You have to play with x and y smartly, that's it.
100, so 100. So 100. Oh, no. 102 है. 102.
Sir, 102.
क्या इतना देर लग गया है?
So there is
How many students have got 102?
100 by 0.
question.
देखो सारे mentions पे. It's 102. What about Chembur branch? How many have got it? 102. It's easy. Come on. You have been given f of 0. So y is 0 is helping us. Y equal to 0 will give you f of x is equal to x plus f of 0 is 2. That's it. Second question. Let's see how fast you can do it. Try to identify the pattern of the problem. You've been given f of 1 is equal to 2005 and f of 1 plus f of 2 plus f of 3 up to f of n is equal to n square f of n. Find f of 2004. Here you have to identify the pattern of the question and you will be able to get the answer. I would like to tell you one step, just listen to me. You have been given f of 1. So definitely you have to find f of 2, f of 3, f of 4, everything. Is anyone who has done it?
So minus 5.
No, that is wrong.
Yes, sir. Sir, is f of x equal to 2005
Sir.
x plus 1 c2?
Sir, is the answer 1 by 1002?
You have done it previously. Yeah.
It's a booklet problem.
So it's an exercise 3 of booklet.
Exercise 3
Okay,
का
I'm
36
sorry.
का first.
Take it. Those who have done it, it's good. Those who have not done it, please do it. Here, obviously, you have to find out f of 2, f of 3, f of 4, all in terms of f of 1. Because f of 1 is given to you. Okay? So find f of 2 in terms of f of 1, then f of 3 in terms of f of 1. You will get a trend. Just let me know what kind of trend.
Sir, I'm getting f of n as f of 1 upon n plus 1 c2.
Huh. It's right. What is f of 2 actually? Putting n equal to 2. f of 1 by 3. F of 2 is equal to f of
1 by 3.
1 by 3. Is there anyone not getting this? After putting n equal to 2, we get f of 1 is equal to this, which I can write f of 1 is equal to 1 plus 2. Actually, this trend I am finding after writing f of 3. Because f of 3 when I am finding, I am writing n is equal to 3. So, what do we get? F of 1 plus f of 2 plus f of 3 is equal to 9 times f of 3. On solving, writing the value of f of 2 from this place,
So
f of 1 we know, f of 3 we need, so f of 3 is coming out to be
f of 1 by 6.
f of 1 by 6, which is actually equal to f of 1 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 3. You can see the relationship in denominator. What are you getting exactly? You are getting f of n is equal to f of 1 divided by what? 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to what? n, which is coming out to be f of 1 divided by n plus 1 by 2. It's not nc2, it's n plus 1 c2, the other branch.
Sir, I told n plus 1 c2.
Okay, then it's right. Is there anyone having doubt in this question? See, the question is meant to identify the pattern of the problem, that's it. So some functional equations are meant for this. I'll take 2 more problems. In the second last problem, I'm again asking you the pattern. How do you identify the pattern? Maybe this question is also belonging to your booklet. You have been given f of x is equal to 9 raised to power x divided by 9 raised to power x plus 3. Then find
Sir, we can't see.
which batch?
So the other one. Yes, sir, that portion we can't see. Numerator we can't see, sir.
मुझे दिख रहा है तो तुम्हें भी दिखना चाहिए ना.
Yes, yes, sir. Now we can see. Thank you, sir.
अरे उधर से कैमरा. So you have to find the f of 1 upon 2006. अब रहने दो, चलेगा. F of 2 upon 2006 up to so on f of 2005 by 2006. Just identify the pattern and solve it.
1003.
What is your answer?
1003.
1003. Wrong answer. It's not correct. Sorry. If the answer in booklet is 1003, then that answer is wrong.
So is the answer 1002.5?
It's given in booklet, it's right. No, 1002.5. You have done it, kya?
Yes, sir. बुकलेट में आई 2004 upon 2005 है लास्ट टर्म.
अच्छा.
तो इसमें एक बीच का टर्म का.
ठीक है, got it.
Sir, 3.
Pardon?
1003.5.
1003.5.
No, 1002.5. Answer is 1002.5. Just look at the first and last term. If this is x, then this is 1 minus x. That means you are adding something fx and f of 1 minus x. Do it fast. APGC 1-2, especially APGC 2. नहीं मैंने ऑफ किया. अच्छा इधर
हो गया.
You got the answer. So just look at the. I mean here I am finding that I have to calculate f of x and f of 1 minus x. That means I have to calculate fx plus f1 minus x here. Okay. What is f of x? That is 9 raised to power x divided by 9 raised to power x plus 3 plus 9 raised to power 1 minus x upon 9 raised to power 1 minus x plus 3. I have solved it in 2-3 batches, so I know what is the final solution of this is coming out to be 1. Just take the LCM and calculate it for 1 or 2 steps. You get the final result is coming out to be 1. But try and identify what's happening in this summation actually. First and last term summation is coming out to be what? 1. Second and second last again coming out to be 1. So how many terms are there? From 1 to 2005 there are 2005 terms. When we'll club it, the middle term is left. That is, what is that term? Can you please tell me? That is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 will be left. 1003 upon 2006 will left. And all the terms are being clubbed. So how many terms are being clubbed? 1002 terms are clubbed. First and last, second and second last, third and third last. So 2000 terms are, 1002 terms are being clubbed. And 1 term is left. So what is the final answer for this? It's coming out to be 1 plus 1 up to so on. 100 times plus f of half left. This is coming out to be 1002 plus what is f of half? Just calculate it from this place. F of half is coming out to be 9 to the power half is 3 divided by 9 to the power half 3 plus 3, which is coming out to be 1002 plus 0.5. It is actually 1002.5. Last problem in functional equation. Once again you are fighting with the pattern of the problem. Yes, it's there. Last example, you have been given a positive integer n belongs to the set of natural number below, and you have been given f of n is equal to factorial 1 plus factorial 2 up to factorial n. Okay, and he is saying if f of n plus 2 is equal to p of n times f of n plus 1 plus q of n times f of n, then find the polynomials p of n and q of n for all natural numbers. Take 2 minutes for this. Think about the pattern, and I'm sure this is not given to your book. Ritik Shah from NT1. Is it present right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 50 plus is a good score. Those who are getting 50 plus in cumulative test 4 is a very good score, because I'm finding the students are getting very less than 50. I mean around about 70% students have, I mean अभी जोश में आ गए student. जितने scores मुझे मिले हैं उनमें 70% students को 40 minus marks है. Is Pranay Reddy present in the class? Pune branch?
Yes, sir.
Pranay,
Yes, sir.
सारे तीनों comprehension solve किए तुमने?
Sir, we didn't receive it yet.
How come? तुम्हें जो सेंटर अटेंडेंट है उनको बोलो अभी तुरंत प्रिंट आउट निकाल के देंगे.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Look at this f of.
Sir, some of us received it, some of us didn't receive it.
हाँ तो मिलके सॉल्व करना ना, 2-3 लोग एक साथ बैठ के देखो ना क्वेश्चन क्या है, फिर सॉल्व करना शुरू कर दो. Whenever you have time. So just look at this. What is f of n plus 2? F of n plus 2 is equal to, in fact, what is f of n plus 1 minus f of n? Just tell me.
n plus 1 factor.
Factorial n plus 1. वैसे casually, मतलब मुझे इसकी जरूरत पड़ेगी, मुझे I have solved it previously. I know I will be needed it, so I have done it previously. Where will I use this? Just listen to me. I will write f of n plus 2 is equal to f of n plus 1 plus factorial n plus 2. Tell me right or wrong. Now f of n plus 2 you have to express in terms of f of n and f of n plus 1, isn't it? So what is f of n plus 1? Sorry, f of n plus 1 is right, plus I can write it n plus 1 factorial n plus 1. Look, now what do I need actually? I need to express f of n plus 2 in terms of f of n plus 1 and f of n plus, sorry, f of n. And look at this term. What is this actually? That's it. Question over. F of n plus 1 plus n plus 2 times what? F of n plus 1 minus fn. See, God will not gift to you the pattern of the problem all the time. He's already gifted you the brain. You have to utilize it. Come on. I mean, all the times if somebody is asking you, इसमें ये manipulation से question आएगा, then it's not correct. You can take time to solve a problem, but you have to solve it. Until and unless you will not struggle with the good problems, your brain will not develop. Try to understand. Are you getting my point? This question is supposed to be done by you. No doubt it's been done by one student in the other branch, and it is not related with functional equation to be done right now. हम लोग later stages में functional equation proceed करते हैं किसमें? Differentiability में. 4th chapter from this place. राइट, वहां पे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस लेते हैं, इंटीग्रेशन वाला प्रॉब्लम भी उधर ही लेते हैं, बट रिस्पॉन्स ठीक जा रहा था क्लास का, तो आई थॉट चलो इसको पहले ही प्रोसीड कर लेते हैं. Is there anyone who not understood this? Do you want me to complete it? You just need to compare it. No, f of n plus 2 is given to you this. So what is left? Can you please tell me? F of n plus 1 यहाँ रहा और यहाँ रहा. So what do you get? N plus 3 times f of n plus 1. What else do we get? Plus n plus 2 times f of n with negative sign. So your p of n is coming out to be what? P of n किससे attached है? f of n plus 1 से. f of n plus 1 से. This is coming out to be n plus 3 and q of n किससे attached है? That is minus n minus 2. Finish. Now one by one, first I'll give the chance to the students sitting in front of me. I'm not taking the doubts right now. I'm just asking you, when you started solving the booklet, then what are the terms you didn't understand? Like somebody was asking what is the meaning of invertible function, right? So invertible function implies the bijective functions, the function whose inverse is a function. Bijective functions. What else in this batch? First of all, tell me. Is there any term you didn't understand?
So we leave the terms reflexive, transitive and symmetric.
Reflexive, symmetric, transitive. मेंस विंडो टू मेंस में क्वेश्चन है, राइट? उससे पहले कुछ नहीं है. मेंस जब हम अलग से एक लेक्चर लेते हैं रिलेशंस पे, तो उसमें हम लोग 1.5 आवर लेक्चर पूरा रिलेशंस पे रखते हैं. सो दैट टाइम यू सॉल्व. सो दीज टर्म्स आर बीन अवॉइडेबल, राइट? व्हाट एल्स? इस बैच में किसी और को एक होमोजेनियस फंक्शन किसी ने पूछा है. इज देयर एनीवन इन द अदर ब्रांच कैन एक्सप्लेन मी द डेफिनेशन ऑफ होमोजेनियस फंक्शन? Today Anuj is not there, so
Degree same.
Sir,
Degree same.
degree of all the terms is the same, sir.
okay. What do you mean of degree of all the terms? Can you give me an example?
So x square plus xy plus y square.
This is the simplest example. Okay, done. F of x comma y is equal to something you are writing here in terms of x and y, and you call it a homogeneous function, then power of x and y in each term should be same. This is what you want to say in the other branch?
Sir, we substitute y equals to tx, तो t common निकलना चाहिए सर.
Yes, वैसा कुछ definition. Definition ये सिखाया था क्या? On substituting y equal to tx, if we get function. ये सिखाया हुआ उसमें. Okay, homogeneous part is given. What else? In any other branch you have gone through the booklet and you are finding ये एक नई term है. Okay, let the chance.
Non-singular mapping.
Non-singular mapping is 1-1.
So singular mapping.
Sir, Thane branch.
Sorry, singular mapping is 1-1.
Sir, Andheri.
अंधेरी branch बोलो.
Transcendental.
ट्रांसेंडेंटल फंक्शन. मुझे लास्ट टाइम पुणे बेंच ने ट्रांसेंडेंटल नंबर पूछे थे, तब मैंने डांटा था उन लोग को, उसकी जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन मैंने तब, अच्छा वो लेक्चर के बाद शायद डिस्कशन चल रहा था. ट्रांसेंडेंटल फंक्शन हम लोगों ने डिस्कस नहीं किया था क्या? ट्रांसेंडेंटल फंक्शंस आर नॉन एल्जेब्रिक फंक्शंस, यू कैन से. व्हाट आर द एल्जेब्रिक फंक्शंस?
X plus X.
No. Definition is we start from polynomials. Polynomials का definition पता है? Polynomial by polynomial is rational functions. All the definitions are given in your booklet, but still we are revising, right? Polynomial by polynomial is a rational function. Okay. Then irrational functions. If you put any radical sign on the variable x, right, or y, not both. If you put a very radical sign on x, like under root x plus 2, it's an irrational function. The rational and irrational numbers की तरह ही हम लोग irrational functions पे discuss करते हैं, right? So this is an irrational functions. Now rational functions plus irrational functions, union of these two is algebraic functions. अब algebraic functions के अलावा जितने भी functions हैं उनको transcendental हम लोग बोलते हैं, right? तो फिर इस definition को और extend करके बोले कि algebraic function along with any function say plus e to the power x in this, it will be a transcendental function. Okay. In your booklet, you might be having an example x e to the power x upon sin x plus 1. This is a transcendental function. Non-algebraic functions are all transcendental. even if algebraic is being attached to that non-algebraic function, algebraic function attached with a non-algebraic function will also be a transcendental function. Are you clear? Transcendental. I will write wrong, then you will claim only. Right? I will not write that. What next?
Sir, reflexive and binary.
I will repeat it the final time. Reflexive, symmetric, transitive, binary operations. These are all related with your theory of relations. Theory of relation is a topic of a complete lecture. We haven't done it and we will not do it in the class. Okay? So window to JEE mains you should not solve. That's it. Right now you should leave. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Tell me the next. I will give you the time for the terminologies on all. Rest. Tell me.
यहाँ पे some general functions.
Sir, the other.
Some general functions.
Some general functions.
Sir, final answer.
वैसा नहीं, ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए. तुम लोग जो डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी करोगे ना, तो इसको बहुत अच्छे से सिखा देंगे. यहाँ पे याद कर लो चाहो. For solving some trivial problems.
Sir, Pune branch.
पूरे ब्रांच बोलो.
Sir, the other. सर पुणे ब्रांच सर वो अगर एक फंक्शन है सर उसको सिंपलीफाई करने के बाद समझिए सर एक x क्यूब इंटू लॉन ऑफ e रेज़ टू पावर समथिंग x है उसको सिंपलीफाई करने के बाद अगर एल्जेब्रिक एक्सप्रेशन आ रहा है तो उसे ट्रांसेंडेंटल बोलेंगे कि नहीं बोलेंगे पहले ट्रांसेंडेंटल
नहीं बोलेंगे. I told you last time also, like 1640 का जो definition है transcendental functions का, I'm talking about 1640, right? Not 1840 or 1940. 1940 भी अभी निकला है. नहीं वो भी बहुत पहले निकलेगा ना. Right. So definition that time was given that if any function you can expand till infinity is said to be a transcendental function. Okay. On behalf of that, if you can express any algebraic function as an infinite series, that will become also a transcendental function, but with some conditions. So finally I will say, if in some problem you are able to express that function as an algebraic function, that will not be transcendental. Are you clear? हाँ. Identity function. पूरे ब्रांच तुम्हें लोग बता दो identity function क्या होता है? This function. F of x is equal to x is an identity function.
What is the definition?
Definition. ये definition है.
ये
The function fx is equal to x defined from set A to set A is said to be identity function. Clear? Anything else?
No, sir.
हाँ.
Like in the there are questions.
Wait. हाँ.
Regarding like from if there are two sets, so the number of injective, number of surjective functions, number of onto into.
Yeah, this is part of permutation combination. अगर नहीं किया तो तुम लोग का जब कभी लेक्चर एक्स्ट्रा होएगा ना उस टाइम में तो मुझे हाफ एन आवर पढ़ लेना. But this is part of combinatorics. Inclusion exclusion से वो onto functions हम लोग calculate करते हैं. What else? What about हाँ?
So if there is this function,
Sir,
which is
the other-
different from A to
एक
A,
मिनट please.
which is different from A to A, but it's not this function, it's something else. So will that be an identity function or not?
If fx is equal to x defined, will be an
That is an
identity.
identity.
मतलब एलिमेंट का एरो सेम एलिमेंट को लगना चाहिए. Will be an identity function. Got it clear? Okay. Anything else?
Sir, the
I will
other-
start. बोलो.
Sir, the other.
दादा ब्रांच बोलो.
Sir, if in a question f of x is given and g of x is given, and we are asked f plus g of x and f minus g of x, then what is to be done?
Actually, the domain of these two functions should be common for finding f plus g and f minus g. So first you make the common domain and then add it term wise. Not an issue.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right. What else? कुछ नहीं, दो functions को ऐड करना है. दो functions को ऐड करोगे तो common domain में करोगे, एक सिर्फ वही point सीखना है. Common domain बनाओ उसके बाद ऐड करो. Don't before.
So
हाँ.
if you have two graphs and you want to add those graphs and you need to
You should not. I will not allow you to do this. Even if this part is given to several books. Wait. The question has been asked, if two graphs are given, how to add it? Why to add it?
so उससे range निकालना.
नहीं वो गलत है. उससे रेंज कैसे निकालोगे? उन दोनों फंक्शंस का कैरेक्टर देखना पड़ेगा. उसका रेंज निकालने का तरीका बताया हुआ है. दोनों फंक्शंस का मिनिमम और मैक्सिमम सेम होएगा. तो रेंज पकड़ में आएगा और दोनों को कंटिन्यूअस होना चाहिए. Don't add it. I am asking rigidly. I am asking one question. You are deviating the topic. I am asking if there is any term which, when you are reading the question and you are finding it's a new term, is not been used in the class. Then you ask the question. Otherwise, don't ask the question. Don't ask the question means doubt in some particular exercise 3 का question number 4 में sir ये कैसे होएगा? For that I will give you the time. Today I will announce it when we are going to discuss the doubt session. Right? Any other term? This we have done.
What is linear function?
सर वो लीस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन के सम कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे?
लीस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन क्यों करेंगे? हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है. एक आध क्वेश्चन कहीं दिया होगा. सर डाउट आएगा तो सिखा दूंगा उसका. और वो एक क्वेश्चन ही है 1A एक्सरसाइज में, राइट? तो उसको मैं सिखा दूंगा.
Sir, what is linear function?
सर 2 है.
लीनियर फंक्शन कौन पूछ रहा है?
पुणे.
अच्छा. f of x is equal to ax plus b where a is not equal to 0 is the linear function. Is it okay?
Sir, it got frozen. Could you repeat again?
Fx is equal to ax plus b where a is not equal to 0 is said to be linear function. Straight line. Graph should be a straight line is wrong statement actually. Inclined होना चाहिए. With slope non-zero.
So the other branch, so functions with
Listen,
non-singular.
I would like to clear one more thing. I am taking this session for 5 minutes and not more than that. I want to start the new topic, right? So please brief में सब कुछ ऐसा नहीं कि अब आने वाले पूरे लेक्चर में हम लोग ढूंढ करके ये सब चीजें डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. Okay, so हाँ, the other branch now you can ask.
So functions with non-singular mapping are many one functions, no?
Singular mapping is one. क्लास में अपने बुकलेट में क्वेश्चन. Singular mapping is one. Non-singular mapping where it is given I do not know. There is no term related to non-singular functions. Okay.
Sir, please repeat the thing which you said about non-singular mapping.
I didn't say anything regarding non-singular mapping. I said something regarding singular mapping. Singular mapping is one. That's
So please would you repeat that?
singular mapping is one.
Singular mapping is?
One.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. Now PCMC is not being connected here. So connect होंगे भी. Chemur branch. Step function is a box function, greatest integer function. Okay, ठीक है ना यार. अब ये चांस ही दिया है तो दो ही दोनों खोल के रोकते क्यों?
सर लिमिट्स शुरू कर.
बस 2 मिनट जल्दी. Now listen. When are you ready to solve the doubts of exercise C? What is essential and what is to be done? That is important. I mean, for remaining chapters, you are comfortable if you are solving exercise 1, 2, 3. All of you remain quiet, switch off your mic and listen to me for a minute. Then we'll start the new topic. Where are you going? Notebook. अरे इसी में लिखना आ गया. Next time. Switch off your mic. Fast. Everyone. Over here, remain quiet. Right. What is essential? Exercise 1, 2, 3. Essential. Exercise 1 is essential. Why I am telling you? It covers the content what you have done in class. Exercise 2 is the revision of the content on basic levels plus little higher. Excuse me. And exercise 3 थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा बड़ा questions भी है उसमें. This way exercise 1, 2, 3 everyone should do. Okay. So that you don't feel any difficulty in the chapters in coming time. Those who are having enough time to solve the remaining exercises, say 1A, this is the practice of more than one correct choice, that integer type and little upper level of problems. They can solve exercise 1A, 2A and 2B. I repeat 1A, 2A and 2B. Exercise 3, according to me, you should not solve it right now. I repeat it once again. Exercise 3, according to me, you should not solve it right now. You should solve it after completing 2 or 3 topics, or at the time of revision. Because at the time of revision, when you are solving it, you are revising the remaining exercises. The question which you have already done, generally you don't solve. But exercise 3 is needed to solve that time. So essentially exercise 1, 2, 3. If you have time, solve 1A, 2A, 2B. And third exercise is all up to you, like, you know, if you want to solve it, it's all up to you. Okay? When can we have the doubt session for exercise 1A and 1, 2, 3 we have discussed? 1, 2, 3 we have discussed, and the lecture is been uploaded.
Previous lecture you told us to solve 1, 2, 3 entire.
लिख के लिया था, वो सब डिस्कस हो गया है, वो लेक्चर अपलोड हुआ है. वो किधर भी डिस्कस हुआ है, लेकिन वो अपलोड हुआ है डाउट लेक्चर. उसमें मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स हम लोगों ने क्लास में किए, तो वो आप देख सकते हो उधर. ओके, एक्सरसाइज 1A, 2A, 2B can we discuss next week the first lecture or second lecture? Who will decide and who will tell me? I will ask a decent batch who speak, they speak very less. Akola branch. Come on, please don't speak anything. Akola branch. When can we discuss the function booklet 1A, 2A and 2B? Listen. So finally, switch off your mic, switch off your mic. Finally, it's been announced. Next week's second lecture. I repeat, next week's second lecture. Last 1 hour during the lecture we will not discuss. Last 1 hour, say lecture is up to 1 o'clock. By 12 we'll start. I will write the numbers on board, whatever doubts you have, right? And I will put the star on the doubts where number of students are there, right? Like suppose in one particular question there are 60-65 students in all the branches. मिला के बहुत सारे लोगों का हाथ ऊपर गया. Only these questions will be solved in the beginning, right? And the rest of the problems, जैसे जैसे doubts सबके निपटते चले जाएंगे, वो निकलते चले जाएंगे. बाकी सारे doubts में time लगेगा, right? That will take around 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So by 1 o'clock, sorry, by 12 o'clock, next lecture means आज वाले दिन ही next week will start. Is there any problem?
Answer the exercises that remain after that.
Exercise 1A, 2A and 3A. 1, 2, 3 we have discussed. Lecture been uploaded. 1A, 2A, 3A का भी lecture जब इधर होएगा ना, तो same date पे upload होएगा. पहले वो number इधर लिखेंगे, उसके बाद उसको same date पे upload करेंगे. So here we will start.
Sir, Nasik Center.
Nasik Center बोलो.
Sir, we had missed a lecture with you. The one in which you taught implicit.
Tomorrow in my timetable, your lecture has been written actually. Nasik branch. नासिक का कंफर्म करो मैं मेरे उसमें लिखा हुआ है. हाँ, तो दोनों को एक साथ बिठाओ, आसान घुस के बैठ जाएंगे, क्या दिक्कत है? किसी और बैच को इन्फॉर्म तो इन्फॉर्म कर दो इनको भी, ये तो अभी इन्फॉर्म हो जाएंगे, राइट? एक बार गौतम से बात करके कंफर्म कर दो. रखते हैं, कल मेरा लेक्चर है नासिक बैच के साथ में. किसके साथ में, कौन से बैच के साथ में पता नहीं है, बट यू कैन कम, राइट? सो वो अभी अनाउंस करेंगे. अभी अज्यूम मत करो कि कल आना है, राइट? अभी उधर से कंफर्म कर लेते हैं. डू यू हैव, नहीं यार छोड़ो, बाद में बात करते हैं. विल स्टार्ट द चैप्टर. नीचे के सब कोई गया है. हाँ, ये मत करो. चला Pune branch. Is there anyone who have solved the first CMP? Wait. Pace Pune. Can you hear me? पहला comprehension crack हुआ किसी को?
Sir, we know the method to solve it.
This is wrong. When the time limit is given, you know the method, you will not write we know the method. You have to apply that method within that time and get the answer. That is what required. The time limit is important. Why you are getting 60 marks or 70 marks in a paper where you know you can solve each and every question, and sometimes you are committing mistake.
Sir, this was from CT3.
No, this is not from CT3. You will get it by the time, not right now. You will get it by the time. Probably this week only you will get it. Okay. So limit of a function. अभी कर लो आप लोगों का किया हुआ है limit. See what is the meaning of limit of a function. First of all, we will discuss this. I am drawing a graph of the function, say y is equal to f of x, and discussing the character of this function at x equal to a. Okay. Now let this height be n. When x is approaching, when I say limit x is approaching towards a, first of all I put an implication here, then x is not equal to a. Whenever I write x tending to a, implies x is not equal to a. That is for sure. And the meaning when x approaching towards a means there is some person traveling towards a from the left and from the right. Anyone can object, no, when x is approaching towards a, what does it mean? From this side approaching towards a or from this side? So we have to take both the sides. And while the person is approaching towards a, he is looking at the graph. That the graph is approaching towards what? Here the graph is approaching towards height L. When he will reach at A, then only he will be able to announce that the height is L. Otherwise he will always say height is approaching towards L. So here in this question I will write when limit x tending to A, f of x will be equal to what? L. When I write this is equal to L, we read it that it is approaching towards L. Getting my point? अभी देखो ध्यान से इस चीज को वापस सुनो. When I write fx is equal to L for x tending to A, I mean that limit of this function, the value of the limit is equal to L. Because there are two things. Value of the limit is equal to L. But the function is approaching towards what? L. And it is L plus somewhere and L minus somewhere. From right is it L plus, from left it is L minus. Don't forget this. Okay. Suppose you are solving, I mean in this part if I ask you a question like a graph is given like this, okay, and say this is 2, in fact this is 1, and let this is be 2. Okay. For limit extending to 1, f of x is equal to, what do you write? It's coming out to be 2. This is a very easy question. This is y is equal to f of x. Now I am writing two questions here. First question is, what is limit extending to 1 box of fx?
1.
Yes.
1.
Limit extending to 1 box of fx. Just look at this.
Sir, could be.
If I take 1 minus, it will be 1. But if I take extending to 1 means what? 1 ka right and 1 ka left, both you have to see. Right? So, for extending to 1 box fx is coming out to be what? Does not exist. Remember, limit first of all, I will explain, before this I will explain this. When we are discussing limit extending to a minus, means just before a, we write it left hand limit. And when we write limit extending to a plus, we write right hand limit. Okay. If LHL is equal to RHL, limit exists. Okay. One more thing. These are all terms which you should remember. When somebody is asking LHL is equal to, is not equal to RHL, limit does not exist. Okay. Now look at this. If RHL is equal to LHL is infinite. Infinite means approaching towards infinite. Then we can write two statements. Either we say limit does not exist because it is going towards infinity, or we write the limit as infinity. Two of the options, one of the two options you will get in out of the four options. Okay. But if one-sided limit is plus infinity and other-sided limit is minus infinity, obviously limit does not exist. Are you getting my point? Like for example, solving x tending to 0, 1 by x. Solving x tending to 0, 1 by x. Limit exist or not?
Not exist. Does not exist.
This is graph of 1 by x. For limit x tending to 0, 1 by x does not exist. Why it does not exist, just tell me? Because its right hand limit is approaching towards infinity and left hand limit is approaching towards minus infinity. Are you clear with this? Okay. Instead of this, if I write this, I will write the second one here. This is y equal to 1 by x square. Limit extending to 0, fx, both sides is infinity. Either we'll write both sides limit is infinity, or we'll write limit does not exist as it is going towards infinity. Are you clear? Okay. Now I'll move towards this question once again. Whenever you are writing x tending to 1, that means you are discussing x tending to 1 plus as well as 1 minus. When I write 1 plus means I am traveling towards 1 from right hand side. The height of the graph is approaching towards 2, but from right side. That means more than 2. So its right hand limit is what? Its right hand limit is coming out to be what? 2. And what about its left hand limit? 1. It's 1. Are you clear? Now tell me, instead of this question, if I solve this one, limit extending to 1, f of what? X box. Okay, before this, just let me know, what is limit extending to 1 f of x?
Sir,
It's coming out to be 2. For limit extending to 1 fx is coming out to be 2. And I go from right hand side or I go from left hand side, the limit is coming out to be 2. I am talking about a continuous function right now. Discontinuous function पे मैं गया ही नहीं. This is equal to 2. Is there anyone want to ask me the problem? किसी का आवाज आ रहा है?
So I didn't get that box question which you are given. Box of fx.
Are you asking this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll put it in this way. When you are discussing limit of this function, see, you are not discussing the limit of the graph of this function. You are discussing the limit of the graph of box of this. Now tell me, around x equal to 1, what will be the graph? When we talk about extending to 1, doesn't mean we are talking at x equal to 1. Around x equal to 1 means right of 1 and left of 1. If they are same, then limit exists. Now if the height of the graph around x equal to 1 is just more than 2 and just less than 2. When I take box of that, what do I get? LHL is coming out to be 1. It's just less than 2. Ka box is coming out to be 1. And RHL just more than 2. The box is coming out to be what? 2. Are you clear? Okay, I'll ask you other question you'll understand. Who is the one asked me, just tell me fast. Which branch? देखो थाने देखो एक चीज समझ लो, तुम्हें कोई चीज समझनी है और अच्छा सा सीखनी है तो जिसने क्वेश्चन पूछा उसको एकदम बोलना चाहिए मैंने पूछा है, अब खड़े हो जाओ तुरंत, चलो फटाफट.
Visible in the camera.
अच्छा उधर साइड में. अच्छा चलो ठीक है, तुम्हारी शक्ल मुझे नहीं देखनी है अभी. Okay. Now answer this question. All of you please listen to me carefully. Okay. Limit extending to 0. No. Limit extending to 0 plus signum x. क्या होएगा? Wait. उसको बोलने दो.
So
1. Limit extending to 0 plus signum x is equal to 1. 0 minus?
minus 1.
0 minus is minus 1. And limit extending to 0 signum x? उसको बोलने दो. Limit extending to 0.
Please repeat.
हाँ, wait करो एक बार. Limit extending to 0 plus signum x is equal to 1. किसी को डाउट है? ग्राफ में देखो ना, y equal to 1 बनता है. Limit extending to 0 minus signum x is minus 1. किसी को डाउट है? Limit extending to 0 signum x is my question. Third question. When we write limit extending to 0, what do we mean? 0 plus and 0 minus both should be same.
Ah, yes, sir.
So
It does not exist.
Does not exist. Understood? Now the last question goes to you in the same sequence. Tell me, सब लोग ध्यान से सुनना, wrong answer आने के chance बनते हैं. Let's see. What is the limit extending to 0 mod of signum x?
So 1.
1. Because in both the cases, the limit is 1. You don't have to consider that 0 पे. 0 पे you never consider. Are you clear? किसी को doubt है इस जगह में? Coming back. We are just understanding the meaning of limit. Right? We have not yet started the topic how to solve a limit and why to solve the limit. Meaning of limit we are understanding. Limit extending to 1 fx is equal to 2. इसका meaning फिर समझ लो. Extending to 1 fx is equal to 2 implies there are two things which I want to speak once again. When x is approaching towards 1, fx is approaching towards 2, and we write it this way. This is the first statement I want to give. The second statement I want to give, what is the value of the limit? I repeat, what is the value of the limit when x approaching towards 1 is equal to 2? Value of the limit is equal to 2. It is not approaching towards 2. Do you understand this? Yes. One place I am saying when x approaching towards 1, what is fx? You will say it is approaching towards 2. It is approaching towards 2. But if I ask you the value of the limit, then what is the value of the limit? It's coming out to be 2. So if I ask the question like this, what is limit extending to 1 fx box? It's coming out to be what? 2. Those who understood this, please tell me, raise your hand. This side is 0.5, right? This is 2. This is 3. When we write limit extending to -2 plus fx, that means someone is traveling towards -2 and looking at the graph. The graph is going towards 0. So the limit extending to -2 plus fx is coming out to be what? 0. When I write limit extending to -2 minus, obviously I must write limit does not exist. Does not exist or not defined. Okay? Because it's not in the domain. But what if I write limit extending to -2 fx? Then it's a controversial. I'll tell you what is the controversy. Be careful here. When we write extending to -2 fx, we are not looking at the graph. What is the meaning of writing this? Meaning of writing this is that LHL is equal to RHL is finite, then only the limit exists, otherwise not. Limit extending to a fx exists if LHL is equal to RHL is finite. यही पढ़ा है? अभी यहाँ पे अगर मैं उस ग्राफ को ना देख के यहाँ पे सिर्फ देखता हूँ, तो मुझे नजर आता है कि एक्सटेंडिंग टू -2 प्लस तो 0 आ रहा है, लेकिन -2 माइनस तो डिफाइन ही नहीं है. तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि यहाँ पे लिमिट एग्जिस्ट नहीं करेगा. If I'm not looking at the graph, I mean even if I'm looking at the graph, then only I can say the limit does not exist. Okay? Actually, यहाँ पे there are two different domains where we have to discuss it. One domain is only one book, that is Thomas Finney. And other domain is the domain of all Russian authors' book. Thomas Finney says, and if the question's been asked, limit extending to -2 fx, then he's writing limit does not exist. Though we know that -2 minus is not in the domain, and we never discuss the things which are not in the domain. But still he is writing the meaning of limit is given कि लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट और राइट हैंड लिमिट दोनों आना चाहिए भैया, तभी लिमिट एग्जिस्ट करेगी, अदरवाइज नहीं लिखेगी, अदरवाइज लिमिट एग्जिस्ट नहीं करेगी. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू हिज डेफिनेशन ही इज राइटिंग दिस पार्ट इज करेक्ट. ओके, अकॉर्डिंग टू ऑल रशियन ऑथर बुक्स दे से दैट if you want to discuss the limit, then discuss it inside the domain, not out of the domain. So they used to say limit extending to -2 is coming out to be what? Is coming out to be 0. That's a problem for you. What will you write? Definitely we are always looking at the domain. It's a democratic decision, nothing like that. कि 10 लोग मिलके थॉमस फिनी बुक को रेफर कर रहे हैं या मानते हैं कि ये अच्छा बुक है तो वहां से लिखना है, नथिंग लाइक दैट। आईआईटी ने भी पिछले 10-12 साल में 2 या 3 क्वेश्चन पूछे हैं, उसमें उसने हमेशा इस बात को केयर किया है कि यार डोमेन से बाहर अगर कोई चीज है तो उसमें लेफ्ट हैंड साइड या राइट हैंड साइड दोनों में से एक ही लिमिट पूछना है, दोनों नहीं पूछना है। मतलब अगर 0+ डोमेन में है तो 0+ ही पूछेगा, 0- नहीं पूछेगा। Whenever he has asked the question, he has never taken this risk actually. So what I mean to say, या तो ये लिखा हुआ नहीं आएगा इस तरह से, he will ask you -2+ only. Even if he is asking -2 only, your answer should be this. Don't write this. Okay? Like, if I ask you, you must have written this. Can I erase this?
Yes.
Wait a minute, please. Let me conclude, then you can ask the question. When somebody is asking this question, limit extending to 0, and I'm not writing the function on right hand side. In completion में कोई भी स्टूडेंट बोलेगा left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. Limit exists. But if I write this function here, then you will say don't find the left hand limit, as 0- is not in the domain. So limit extending to 0 is actually limit extending to 0+ only, and which is coming out to be what? 0. Are you clear with this? Assume this is to be correct and accept it in the class, right? Yes, you want to ask something.
So यही कि LHL और is when LHL is equal to RHL तभी हम लोग कहते हैं कि limit is different.
Yes.
पर अगर LHL डोमेन में ही नहीं है
तो उसको डिस्कस ही नहीं करें।
हाँ तो सर इसमें वही तो -2
माइनस है ही नहीं डोमेन में, तो डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे। अगर क्वेश्चन ही यही पूछा तब तो बोलेंगे it does not exist. क्वेश्चन पूछा ही 2- तब तो बोलेंगे it does not exist.
-2+ भी पूछा, लिमिट ही एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता तो 2+ का भी क्यों लिखेंगे?
नहीं 2+ तो एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है ना। 2+, somebody is asking what is limit extending to -2+, that means asking if you are traveling towards -2 from this side, the function is traveling towards what? 0, that's it. You are not at all discussing this one. You are the one traveling here. Nobody is here. Are you clear with this? It's not that big point, I'll tell you. I'll ask you the question, not related to this. Continue करने के लिए. What is limit extending to -1? Can you tell me? Here, -1. Here it is. X approaching towards -1 पे this height is 1. When you are traveling towards -1 from this side on this side, you are always looking at the graph going towards 1. Graph is going towards 1 from both sides. See, 1 पे तो तुम -1 पे तो कभी पहुंचोगे ही ना। अच्छा ये 1 पे ये यहाँ पे डॉट लगा लो, ये हाइट 2 ले लो। Still it is what? 1. Limit extending to -1 fx is coming out to be 1. What is limit extending to 0 fx? The other branch, can you tell me? Limit extending to 0 fx.
So on the y-axis, is it a straight line or is that a y-axis? Because it doesn't matter anyway. So it does not exist.
I can understand your problem. Your handwriting may be very good, and you're asking me to improve on it. Okay, now it's a straight line. Okay. So once again, for limit extending to -1 is extending to 0. Now you answer this question.
So it does not exist.
Does not exist. Is there anyone having doubt over here?
So -1 वाले में shouldn't be 2.
Limit extending to -1. Will you reach at to -1? No, you will never reach at -1. You will be looking at -1, but not reaching at -1. So the limit is approaching towards 1. Over here, left hand limit is 0 and right hand limit is 1.
Sir.
Limit does not exist. Limit does not exist. Yes, please, you can ask your question.
Sir, Thane.
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, I did not understand that limit extending to -1 fx equals to 1.
Limit extending to -1 में तो एक काम कर, अपने एक दोस्त को साथ में ले, उसको इधर राइट हैंड साइड से चला और इधर तू लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में चल और देख कि ग्राफ किधर जा रहा है। यहाँ कभी मत पहुँचना -1 पे। हाँ, -1 की तरफ तू जा रहा है और -1 की तरफ वो भी आ रहा है और दोनों बात करो। अगर दोनों सेम स्टेटमेंट दे रहे हो, then the limit exists. Okay? What will be your statement? You are on the right. When you are traveling towards -1, the graph is going towards this height is 1. The graph is approaching towards 1. Similarly, he will give you the same statement. Yes, your graph is approaching towards 1. Limit exists.
Okay, sir.
Remember,
and sir,
neither you nor your friend will reach at -1 when you are writing extending towards -1. Don't forget this. Now you ask your question.
yeah, and sir, when x is tending to 0, sir, then but at on the axis put a
again
dot
ask
on
your
one,
friend to
sir.
travel. This is origin. When your friend is traveling towards 0 from right hand side and you are traveling from left hand side, what will you say? You are traveling from left. You will say the function is approaching towards 0. Your friend is saying function is approaching towards what? 1. इधर देखो 1 की तरफ जा रहा है. That means you will say RHL is equal to what? 1. What about LHL?
1.
No.
0.
It's 0. Limit does not exist. Do you understand this? I branch.
Yeah, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
अच्छा चलो तू ही बता फिर. Limit extending to 2fx. This side is 0.5. Limit extending to 2fx is actually f of 2. What is f of 2? F of 2 is 0.5, no? Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Right. Last question. What is limit? Acha. Why to write the next question? When the function is continuous, now remain quiet. The other branch first row. The other branch first row, yellow t-shirt. Either. Yeah. When limit x is approaching towards 2, fx you are discussing. I am writing this is equal to f of a. If the function is continuous at x equal to 2, then extending to 2 and f of 2 are same. Are you getting my point? So after writing all this, we will put some points here, point 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. First you note down this graph and then solve it. And I'll write one more problem here. Example. ये आप लोग लिख देना अपनी तरफ से आंसर लिखना. Limit extending to 0 plus signum x. Limit extending to 0 minus signum x. Limit extending to 0 signum x. And limit extending to wait. Limit extending to 0 mod signum x. बोलो.
Sir, not defined or does not exist एक ही है ना?
हाँ.
Okay sir.
फटाफट ये कॉपी करो, ये लिख दो और उसके बाद कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स. X tends to
-1.
क्या क्वेश्चन पूछा? एक मिनट उसको पहले बताओ.
Extending to -1 पूछ रहा है.
एक्सटेंडिंग टू -1 पे आप क्या पूछ रहे हो? लिमिट एग्जिस्ट कैसे कर रहा है? अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताओ. Just tell me one thing. Extending to -1, does it imply that you will reach at -1 at -1? No. When you will reach at -1, then you can look up. Otherwise not. When you are traveling towards -1, you are looking at the graph. When you will reach at -1, then you can see this dot. It's nothing like कि तुम यहाँ खड़े रह करके इस dot को देख रहे हो. Okay?
Okay sir.
Please note down it fast. I'll give you a statement, you have to verify it. If the function is discontinuous, then the limit may or may not exist. True or false? कितने लोग बोलते हैं true है? ग्राफ में तो है. If the function is discontinuous at x equal to a, then limit at x equal to a may or may not exist. True or false? True. ट्रू पे कितने लोग एग्री कर रहे हैं? सब लोग को एग्री करना चाहिए. ग्राफ में -1 पे एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है और 0 पे एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर रहा है. लेकिन ये पक्का हो गया है कि अगर एक फंक्शन x इक्वल टू a पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस है तो मुझे लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट और राइट हैंड लिमिट देखना ही होएगा. राइट डाउन द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट. पूरे नोट्स ले लूंगा इस चैप्टर में. राइट डाउन द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट. ठीक है, घर में पढ़ने के लिए चाहिए. कम स्लो ऐसे if fx is discontinuous at x equal to a, then limit may or may not exist. देखो किसी फंक्शन की डिसकंटिन्यूटी हम स्टैंडर्ड फंक्शंस में फटाफट चेक कर सकते हैं, लाइक बॉक्स एक्स, कर्ली ब्रैकेट एक्स, ये इंटीजर्स पे डिसकंटिन्यूअस होते हैं, राइट? सेकंड स्टेटमेंट, ऑल पॉलिनोमियल्स, लिखते चले जाओ, ऑल पॉलिनोमियल्स एक्सपोनेंशियल, logarithmic, and trigonometric functions are continuous in their domain. Logarithmics and trigonometric functions are continuous in their domain. Remember, you can't say every function is continuous in their domain. देखो 10x जो है अपने डोमेन में कंटिन्यूअस है, कोई क्वेश्चन पूछेगा 10x कंटिन्यूअस है कि डिसकंटिन्यूअस, योर आंसर शुड बी डिसकंटिन्यूअस. बट इफ द क्वेश्चन इज बीन आस्क्ड 10x अपने डोमेन में कंटिन्यूअस है कि नहीं है, दैट मींस द फंक्शन विल बी कंटिन्यूअस. पाई बाय 2 पे चेक ही नहीं करना है, और पाई बाय 2 पे चेक ही नहीं करना है. अंडरस्टूड?
सर पूरे ब्रांच
बोलो
सर हमारा वीसी बहुत डिस्कनेक्ट हो रहा है सर बीच में. सर
आपने मुझे बताया है
सर, कुछ समझ रहा नहीं है सर.
हाँ तो आपने मुझे बताया है ये. आप एक काम
सर
करो,
तो क्या,
आप एक काम कीजिए, आप उधर से वीसी डिस्कनेक्ट करके और आप वहाँ बैठ करके वो तीनों प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कीजिए जो मैंने आपको दिया है. और ये जो वीसी लेक्चर हो रहा है इसको आप कल देखिए, ठीक है? लेकिन इसको सॉल्व कीजिए.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
सेंटर अटेंडेंट प्लीज मेक श्योर दैट द स्टूडेंट्स आर सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन हियर ओनली. ओके, राइट. कमिंग बैक, नेक्स्ट सेकंड स्टेटमेंट. थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज एक्चुअली बताइए क्या है. fx और gx दो फंक्शंस ले लो भाई, दोनों टू फंक्शंस आर कंटीन्यूअस एट x इक्वल टू a. देन देयर सम डिफरेंस, प्रोडक्ट एंड डिवीजन. यू आर नॉट कंसंट्रेटिंग. हाँ, इधर if fx and gx are continuous at x equal to a, then fx plus minus gx and fx into gx, fx by gx. fx by gx में किसका ध्यान रखना है? डिनोमिनेटर जीरो नहीं होना चाहिए, राइट? Are also continuous at x equal to a. We'll use all these statements in coming questions. Write down the third statement. Some difference, product, and division of two continuous functions at x equal to a. Some difference, product and division of two continuous functions at x equal to a is also continuous, well, are also continuous at x equal to a. Remember, continuous plus discontinuous at x equal to a must be discontinuous. It's obvious. एक continuous function x equal to a और x equal to b पे x equal to a पे second discontinuous function को ऐड कर दोगे तो एडिशन से जो रिजल्टिंग फंक्शन आएगा वो डिसकंटिन्यूअस होएगा x equal to a पर. आपने जो प्रीवियस स्टेटमेंट लिखा उसमें एक चीज मेंशन जरूर कर देना, except in case of denominator is not equal to 0. डिनोमिनेटर जीरो नहीं होना चाहिए. छोटा सा पार्ट लिख दो ना ब्रैकेट में, fx by gx जिधर लिखा है उधर लिख दो डिनोमिनेटर नॉट 0. And the fourth statement, continuous plus discontinuous at x equal to a must be discontinuous. इसका मतलब ये चीज, हाँ बोलो, continuous plus discontinuous at x equal to a must be discontinuous. Okay. Now you should concentrate one thing, that sometimes when the question is being asked like this, limit extending to 2 sin x plus, in fact एक स्टेटमेंट मैंने पहले दे दिया है बट मैं कंटिन्यूअस नोट्स दे रहा हूँ तो एक और स्टेटमेंट लिख सकते हैं. If fx is continuous at x equal to a, if fx is continuous at x equal to a, then limit extending to a fx is equal to f of a. इसका मतलब अगर आइडेंटिफाई हो गया कि कोई फंक्शन x इक्वल टू 2 पे कंटिन्यूअस है, उसमें 2 माइनस 2 प्लस चेक करने का जरूरत नहीं है, डायरेक्टली 2 डाल सकते हैं. लुक एट दिस क्वेश्चन. लिमिट एक्सटेंडिंग टू 2 sin x प्लस box x डिवाइडेड बाय e to the power x plus x square plus ln x. Sin x is continuous at x equal to 2. Box x is discontinuous at x equal to 2. Continuous plus discontinuous must be discontinuous. और अगर फंक्शन डिसकंटिन्यूअस है तो उसका लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट और राइट हैंड लिमिट रख के ही वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं कि लिमिट एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है. तो यहाँ LHL और RHL दोनों निकालना पड़ेगा. RHL means f of 2 plus is equal to f of 2 plus. जब यहाँ निकालोगे तो ये कितना आएगा? sin of 2 plus and sin 2 are same. This is sin 2 plus what is 2 plus over here? It's 2 divided by e to the power 2 plus and e to the power 2 are same because e to the power x is continuous at x equal to 2. So what should I write here? E to the power 2 plus 2 square plus ln 2. What about its LHL? f of 2 minus, that is sin 2 once again plus 1 divided by what? e square plus 4 plus ln 2. यहाँ पे 2 प्लस डालो चाहे 2 माइनस डालो, makes no difference as ln x is continuous at x equal to 2. Are you clear? What should I write here? Limit does not exist. Okay. Instead of this, if I take this one, limit extending to 3 by 2 sin x plus box x divided by e to the power x. I don't have to check the left hand limit and right hand limit. Just look at this function, continuous at x equal to 3 by 2. Continuous at x equal to 3 by 2. Continuous plus continuous divided by continuous where denominator is not 0. Continuous. That means क्या करोगे? Value डाल दोगे. That is equal to f of 3 by 2, which is sin 3 by 2 plus 1 divided by e to the power 3 by 2. ये दोनों examples copy करो. जितना थियरी अभी तक किया है, on behalf of that I will give you very elementary problems in number 5 to 6. Make sure that all 5 problems you are doing it correct, and that too I will give you 30 seconds on average for the problem. Limit extending to 0, 30 seconds on average. कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे होंगे जो 2 सेकंड में भी होंगे, जैसे क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. curly bracket x. Limit extending to pi by 2 e to the power 10x. Limit extending to 0 tan inverse 1 by x. Limit extending to 0 cot inverse x square. I'll give you more. Limit extending to 0 sin inverse sec x, extending to 0 sin inverse box sec x, extending to 0 sin inverse curly bracket sec x. Fifth problem के 3 parts हैं. I don't want to increase the number actually.
Nashik center also done.
Nashik center. First I'll give a chance to Dadar center. Just switch off your mic. Dadar center को chance देते हैं. कोई एक तो गलत होएगा तो हटा देंगे. बोलते चले जाओ. Dadar center start. सारे लोग chance शुरू हो.
0 second.
हाँ बोलो.
First one 0, second one DNE, third one DNE, fourth one pi by 2, fifth one DNE. Fifth का first one is DNE, second one is pi by 2, third one is 0, sixth is pi by 2, 7 is 0.
All right. All are not correct. All are not correct means 1 or 2 or 3 are wrong. I will not tell you which 3 are wrong because I want to give the fair chance to नासिक ब्रांच. वेट नहीं ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. सारे जिसको राइट आएंगे उस पे मैं बोलूँगा एक्सेप्टेड. नासिक ब्रांच Who's going to give me the final answer?
First one 0, second one does not exist, third one does not exist.
Wait. Nasik branch and all other branches. मैंने किसी particular question पे ये इसलिए नहीं बोला है कि ये right है कि wrong है, क्योंकि उससे आप biased हो जाओगे, right? तो आप अपने answers बोलो, सारे right होंगे तो I'll accept it. Okay? Now start.
First one 0, second one DNE, third one DNE, fourth is pi by 2, fifth first part pi by 2, second part 0, third part 0, sixth question does not exist, and seventh one does not exist.
4 wrong, 4 wrong है. अभी दादर को चांस थोड़ा लेट मिलेगा. हाँ, किसी और बैच को मुझे चांस देना है. चैम्बूर पवई क्या कर रहे हो आज तुम लोग? तुम्हारा एक भी आंसर नहीं. आज तो लेक्चर में क्वेश्चन पूछे अभी. चैम्बूर ओके. चैम्बूर you've got the answers. Okay. Chembur branch, third branch. 2 branches have not given all the answers correct. Chembur branch. Start.
First 0.
Right.
Second DNE, third DNE, fourth pi by 2, fifth first pi by 2, second pi by 2, third 0, sixth is pi by 2, and 7.
3 wrong.
Sir,
Andheri APJC 2.
APJC 1, sir.
Andheri APJC 1. Fourth branch.
Sir, fourth.
Wait. Dadar, Nasik, Chembur, 3 branches are failed to answer all the questions correctly, giving a chance to. You can discuss among yourselves and then start.
Sir, okay.
I'll request you can discuss among yourselves. Your answer should be common. Final answer matters.
Sir, APJC 1.
APJC 1, start.
Sir, question 1 0, second DNE, third DNE, fourth pi by 2.
आराम से. हाँ, fourth pi by 2.
Sir, fifth का पहला वाला pi by 2, फिर second वाला pi by 2 और third वाला भी pi by 2.
आगे चलो, आगे.
Second 0, sir, 6th और 7th DNE.
6th and 7th DNE. 3 wrong. 3 wrong.
So how many wrongs did Dadar have?
Dadar, you had 3 wrong. 3 wrong in almost every branch. No, Nasik 4 wrong.
Sir, Thane batch.
Chance given to Thane branch. No. Wait. Even you have done. Thane, please, इधर APJC 2 ने पहले chance लिया है. Give them a chance. Let's see. I'll take your answers. Yes.
The first is 0, second not defined.
What answer they are giving me? I'll be little louder. No?
First is 0, second not defined, third not defined, fourth pi by 2, fifth not defined, sixth pi by 2, 7 0, then pi by 2, and last is not defined.
2 wrong. APJC 2 सबसे कम wrong APJC 2 में है, लेकिन इन लोग को भी 2 wrongs है. Now Thane branch, no chance is given to Thane branch. Let's see. These are all elementary problems.
Yes, sir. Sir, 0, not defined, pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 2, 0.
अरे यार आराम से बोलो, सब लोग को सुनना है. Thane branch, please. आराम से वापस 1 by 1.
Sir, first का 0. Next, not defined. Then pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 2.
Right. Wait. First is 0, second not defined, third not defined, fourth not defined.
Yes, sir.
And all these 3 are pi by 2.
Fourth pi by 2. Sir, 4 pi by 2.
Sir, fourth is pi by 2.
Fourth is pi by 2.
Pi by 2, pi by 2.
Sir, fifth के first 2 are pi by 2. Right. Third one is 0.
Okay.
And then both are not defined.
And then
Three
both are
wrong.
not defined.
Three wrong. Three wrong.
So,
Three wrong. एक बार तुम सारे branches को जाओ. Please. No. Student from Morivali. अरे यार एक फेयर चांस सब लोगों को दो. आप लोग करेक्ट करो ना अपना भाई. आप लोग को पता लगा है कि कहीं केयरलेस मिस्टेक हुआ है. वही तो नहीं करना एग्जाम्स में हम लोग. हाँ बोरिवली ब्रांच बोलो. 0. Which branch? Borivali branch. Pawai, please, you take a chance after Borivali students are answering this. Yes, please, start.
Sir, first 0, second DNE, third DNE, fourth pi by 2, fifth DNE, first part DNE, second part 0, third part pi by 2, sixth pi by 2, 7 0.
3 wrong. Chance goes to Borivali branch. No, chance goes to Pawai branch. मैंने बोला आप लोगों को आपके अपने आंसर्स आप ग्रुप में पहले फाइनलाइज करो और फिर उसके बाद मुझे बताओ. Pawai branch.
Sir, first one is 0. Second DNE.
Right.
Third DNE.
Right.
Fourth pi by 2.
Right.
Fifth pi by 2.
Okay.
उसका second pi by 2.
Okay.
Third part and
Okay.
Sixth question. 7 DNE.
6. 5 by 2. 7.
DNE.
3 wrong.
APJC
2 NAPJC 2 का 2 NAPJC 2 इधर से मैंने चांस दिया था. विंडोज पे हम लोग कभी भी डिस्कशन करेंगे तो 1 by 1 ही करेंगे. APJC 2 को उधर वाली ब्रांच को नहीं चांस मिला है. एक बार लास्ट बस उसी का फिर तुम लोग का वापस लोड. अच्छा एक बैच ने आंसर नहीं दिया अभी तक. नेहरू नहीं नेहरू का नंबर नहीं है. नेहरू ना कोला. ओके APJC 2.
So first 0.
Right.
Second not defined. Third not defined. Fourth pi by 2. Fifth pi by 2. Sixth not defined. 7 not defined. 8 pi by 2. And 9 not defined.
5 wrong. Is there anyone Nerul branch? You know answer. Final time. Is there anyone from what branch is left? Yeah, Akola branch. Wait, Akola student wants to answer this. Yes, Akola student, take this responsibility and give me the answer. Will you please remain quiet over here?
First 0, second not defined, third not defined, fourth pi by 2, fifth first pi by 2, second pi by 2, third 0, sixth pi by 2, 7 0.
2 wrong. Only last branch is left. Still, like you know, all the windows is given minimum 2 wrongs, right? And only one branch left, that is Nerul branch. Nerul branch क्या कर रहे हो? आंसर देना है, बताओ नहीं देना है?
सर एक बार देख तो देखा.
हाँ बोलो.
So the first one is 0.
Right.
Second not defined. Second not defined. Third not defined. Fourth pi by 2. Fifth का पहला not defined. Fifth का second pi by 2. Fifth का third 0. Sixth not defined and seventh not defined.
अरे यार. Only one wrong. The best answer has been given by Nerul branch. Only one wrong. And that too the last one is wrong. That's it. Last one is defined and the answer is 0. So you please verify now. अभी तुम लोग verify करो. अभी verify करो. Verify करके बता रहा हूँ. This is 0 because the graph of fractional part of x is this. So this is coming out to be 0. This is definitely its RHL is coming out to be what? E to the power minus infinity बनेगा ना, that is 0. And its LHL is coming out to be infinity. Does not exist or not defined. This does not exist. ज्यादातर लोग को ये करेक्ट है. Its RHL is coming out to be what? Its RHL is infinity. Its LHL is what? Minus infinity. And this is anyways coming out to be what?
Sir, tan inverse of that ना तो दोनों केस में वो pi/2 हो जाना चाहिए.
एक pi/2 होएगा, RHL एक minus pi/2 होएगा. I'm sorry. Yeah. As far as this part is concerned, what is it? Pi/2. Because 0 plus 0 minus. Please listen to me. You learn when you are quiet. I'm saying this function is an even function, right? So 0 plus and 0 minus will give you the same value. This is for sure. Provided 0 plus or 0 minus is existing. If I write 0 plus over here, cot inverse 0 plus is pi/2. So 0 minus will also be pi/2. Way of solving the problem. Sec inverse of sec x. ये बहुत सारे लोगों ने करेक्ट दिया है, लेकिन कुछ लोगों ने रॉन्ग भी दिया है. ये वही क्वेश्चन हो गया जिसमें आप लोग निकालते हो लिमिट एक्सटेंडिंग टू माइनस टू माइनस. आपने ग्राफ बनाया था जिसमें लिखा था लिमिट एक्सटेंडिंग टू माइनस और मैंने बोला था डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट अगर कोई पूछ रहा है तो, बिकॉज दैट इज नॉट इन द डोमेन. जस्ट टेल मी वन थिंग. दिस इज ग्राफ ऑफ sec x, right? Extending to 0 means what? Not exact 0, traveling towards 0. When x is traveling towards 0, sec x is traveling towards 1. But from the right of the 1, just more than 1. So whatever you write here will be just more than 1. Out of the domain. What should I write here? Does not exist. ये क्वेश्चन बहुत लोगों को करेक्ट है, लेकिन कुछ लोगों ने इसका आंसर रॉन्ग भी दिया है. Now these two questions are very easy. This is just more than 1. Just more than 1 means 1 plus का box. 1 plus का box is 1. Sin inverse 1 is what? pi/2. As far as this part is concerned, this is 1 plus. 1 plus का curly bracket. What is the curly bracket of 1 plus? Is coming out to be what? 0. Curly bracket of integer plus. Curly bracket of integer plus is always coming out to be 0. Curly bracket of integer minus is always coming out to be 1. This is what we have done previous time also. So this is done coming out to be 0. As far as this part is concerned, just look at the graph of cot inverse x. ये कुछ लोगों को गलत है. This is graph of cot x. When you take extending to pi/2 plus, then the value of cot x is just less than 0. This is pi/2. Just less than 0 का box. Just less than 0 का box. What? -1. What is cos inverse -1? Here a graph of cos inverse x. -1 पे value कितना? Pi. Its RHL is coming out to be pi. What about LHL? LHL means pi/2 minus पे इसका value just 0 से थोड़ा बड़ा. Come on, थोड़ा concentrate करो. Responsive रहो. थोड़ा बड़ा. Just more than 0 का box is 0. And what is cos inverse 0? It's pi/2. Does not exist. And as far as the last question is concerned, directly you people are giving the answer. The question is not difficult. No. RHL means f of 0 plus box 0 plus is 0 plus under root curly bracket 0 plus is 1. Oh? 0 is coming out to be 0. Okay. What about f of 0 minus?
-1 and -1.
अरे रुकना यार, चुप भी रहने के पेज थोड़े लगते हैं, चुप रहो ना. f of 0 minus. What about f of 0 minus? -1 plus under root curly bracket 0 minus 1. अभी भी नीचे लिखा हुआ ये रहा, हटाया भी नहीं अभी तो. Curly bracket integer minus is 1. So curly bracket under root curly bracket 0 minus is 1. Hence coming out to be 0. Limit exists and the value is coming out to be what? 0. I told you in the beginning only.
सर यही आंसर दिया था सर.
अच्छा किसका आंसर ये है? I'm sorry फिर. किसको? अच्छा सारे आंसर ये है थे क्या?
Yes sir.
Fine. थर्ड वाले में 0 plus और 0 minus पे अलग अलग आएंगे ना. 6 वाला देखो तुम्हें बॉक्स कॉर्टेक्स को डिफाइन करना है pi/2. जब तुम pi/2 प्लस लोगी तो कॉर्टेक्स की हाइट 0 से थोड़ी कम हो जाएगी, मतलब -0.001 ऐसा. यहाँ पे लिखोगे
Cos inverse
cos inverse minus 1.
minus 1 box.
Cos inverse minus 1 is pi.
Okay, pi.
Here are cos inverse.
तो फाइनाइट है
ये वो 0 हो जाएगा तो
Got it? किसी को डाउट है और?
सर दादा डाउट है
हाँ बोल.
सर वो जो आपने पहले क्वेश्चन किया था इन विच यू ड्रॉन द ग्राफ उसमें वो लिमिट एक्सटेंडिंग टू -1 पे एक डिसकंटिन्यूटी थी तो ओवर देयर यू हैड सेड कि द वैल्यू उधर 1 था तो यू सेड लिमिट एक्सटेंडिंग टू -1 इज 1 सो ओवर हियर इन क्वेश्चन 5 का पार्ट 1 आई एम नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाई वोंट लिमिट ऑफ sec x with extending to 0 be 1.
Just tell me one thing. If I write it something, then can I write for extending to 0? Can I write this is exact 1? Answer yes or no?
No sir.
No. What will you
No,
write? Can you write 1 minus?
No sir. Can't write the exact.
What will you write?
Something greater than 1.
Is it defined?
No sir.
What should I write?
Okay.
Sir, could you please explain the sixth one?
Okay. All the branches, please understand. If you have any doubt in question number 6, please carefully note. क्योंकि मैं already बताया एक बार, फिर मैं इसको हटा ही देता हूँ. ये भी गया. 7 तो समझ में आया. 7 तो explain नहीं करूँगा. ये गया है. Right? Look at the question number 6. Extend cot x का graph. This is cot x का graph. This is pi by 2. This is pi 0. What do you get from this place? Just tell me. F of pi by 2 plus is equal to cot pi by 2 plus. Cot pi by 2 plus is उसको रुकने के लिए बोलो. Cot pi by 2 plus is coming out to be what? Cot pi by 2 plus 0 से थोड़ा कम होएगा ना? So this is cos inverse of box of 0 minus 0 से कम, which is cos inverse of -1. तो exact -1 बन जाएगा ना? अरे box है ना, box तो exact integer ही आएगा. So this is coming out to be what? Pi. Okay. What next? F of pi by 2 minus. This is what do you get here? 0 से थोड़ा बड़ा. Cos inverse box of 0 plus. Okay, what do you get finally? Box 0 plus is 0. Cos inverse 0 is coming out to be what? Pi by 2. Finish. Limit does not exist. 6th over. Everything you understood? Now, if I'll come to the first point, what is the meaning of limit we did? Second point, why we have to solve a limit? If the function is discontinuous, we have to find the character of the function around that point. So we are solving the limit. Now the question arises, how to solve the limit? When to solve the limit? Function is discontinuous is a part. But one more part which we have already discussed, and I would like to repeat that part. What is tends to 0 by tends to 0? This we have done. That's indeterminate form. We cannot determine the value of tends to 0 upon tends to 0 as. अब सब लोग 5 मिनट ध्यान से सुनेंगे. Though we have done it, but I will give you 5 minutes on the same once again, and I'll give you something different with different example. Tends to 0 by tends to 0 is an indeterminate form, means it can have any value, depends on function to function. Means numerator में क्या function है जो tends to 0 बन रहा है और denominator में कुछ कैसा function है जो tends to 0 बन रहा है. Whenever you change the function, answer changes. That means you cannot determine tends to 0 by tends to 0 without writing the function, right? So whenever you get an indeterminate form tends to 0 by tends to 0, you have to solve the limit. Okay, around x equal to 0 what's happening, and we have number of methods to solve that particular question. That is called strategies of solving the limits. That we'll do later on. I mean इसके बाद वही content है. Now how do we say that tends to 0 upon tends to 0 is giving us some different answer? Just take an example. If I write a question, limit extending to 2 x minus 2 by x minus 2, it's coming out to be what? It's coming out to be 1. Numerator is approaching towards 0, denominator is approaching towards 0. But if I change the question like x minus 2 into x plus 2 divided by x minus 2, limit extending to, just changing the question and the answer is different. This is coming out to be what? 4. No doubt again I am getting tends to 0 by tends to 0, but I am getting the answer is coming out to be 4, right? Actually here we are cancelling this. These are not exact zeros. The reason we are cancelling, we are able to solve, cancel it, and again we are cancelling the same. Getting my point? So limit extending to 2, this is coming out to be 4. Now this implies that you change the function in numerator, change the function in numerator, once again this is approaching towards 0. But the answer is different. So whenever the functions are given in the form of tends to 0 by tends to 0, it can have different answer, not 1, maybe 1. So you have to solve that particular limit to get the final answer. What is our goal now? Our purpose is to solve the indeterminate forms. Right? Now how many such indeterminate forms we have already written? Can anybody in Powai branch let me know what are the indeterminate forms? How many indeterminate forms are there and what are these? Yes.
First is 0 by 0.
First is 0 by 0.
Infinity by infinity. Infinity by infinity. Infinity minus infinity. Fourth is a 0 into infinity. Fifth is 1 to the power infinity. Sixth is infinity to the power 0. And seventh is 0 to the power 0.
1 to the power infinity, infinity to the power 0 and 0 to the power 0. These are 7 indeterminate forms. Right? Write down a note which you have already written. On substituting x is equal to a, I repeat, on substituting x is equal to a in the given function, if we get following indeterminate forms. ये सारी indeterminate forms लिखो. If we get following indeterminate forms, मुझे लगता है आपको vertically लिख देना चाहिए सारी indeterminate forms को. Instead of writing in a line, you write it in the column. If we get following indeterminate forms, we have to solve the limit of that function using various strategies. This is what we are going to do in the remaining chapter. We are learning the strategies of solving the limits. We have understood the meaning of limit. We have understood function discontinuous होता है तो limits, left hand limit, right hand limit का meaning क्या है. We have understood कि limit में indeterminate forms आएगा तो limit solve करना है. We haven't yet started how to solve the limits. Write down the first point in this. Before writing that, you should write one more part over here. Here 0, 1, infinity are all approaching values. Here 0, 1, infinity are all approaching values and not the exact values. And not the exact values.
So exact values पे कोई भी form
indeterminate नहीं रहेगा. Remember, exact infinity anywhere is not defined. Exact 0 in denominator is not defined. इन दोनों चीजों को तो दिमाग में फिट कर लो. Exact infinity not defined, exact 0 in denominator not defined. Now just look at this. When you are solving limit extending to 0 box x by x, I will take it 0 plus. Then what about the numerator? Numerator is exact 0. Divided by what? Tends to 0. What will be this? 0. Do you understand this? But if you are solving limit extending to 0 minus box x by x, what should I do? 0 minus के लिए it is coming out to be what? Minus 1 divided by tends to 0. Now this tends to 0 is 0 minus. This is 0 minus. So finally what is it coming out to be? Infinity. Be careful. Are you clear with this? किसी को डाउट है इसमें? पक्का? अगर डाउट नहीं है तो क्वेश्चन दो एक. चलो ये फर्स्ट हो गया मेरी तरफ से, सेकंड भी मेरी तरफ से, और थर्ड वाला आंसर तुम्हारी तरफ से. रुको. हाँ. बॉक्स एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 15 टाइम्स बॉक्स एक्स प्लस 56 divided by sine of x plus 7 into sine of x plus 8, and the limit is x is approaching towards minus 7. You can see the function is discontinuous at integer, so you have to check for left hand limit and right hand limit both. Check it and just tell me what is the final answer. Take your time and don't announce the answer, just let me know if you have done it.
सर ठाणे सर डाउट.
हाँ बोलो बोलो, डाउट है तो पूछो ना.
सर वो लास्ट टाइम आपने जब लिमिट्स बता रहे थे सर तब एक डाउट था.
पूछो.
तो आपने लिया था इन्फिनिटी इंटू इन्फिनिटी, तो जब वो एग्जैक्ट रहेगा.
एग्जैक्ट तो रहेगा तो डिफाइन नहीं होगा.
हाँ सर ओके.
एग्जैक्ट इन्फिनिटी कभी डिफाइन.
थैंक यू सर.
1 raised to infinity को क्यों अनडिफाइंड है?
2 by 2 raised to power infinity. 2 raised to power infinity upon 2 raised to power infinity. Infinity by infinity. और दूसरा लॉजिक दो. Okay. Let 1 raised to power infinity is L. L and L is coming out to be infinity L and 1.
ऐसा तो नहीं गलत होगा.
और कैसा लॉजिक दो?
अरे वो इतना घुमा फिरा के तो
थोड़ी बोल रहे हैं, एकदम स्ट्रेट है.
1 raised to infinity और 1 को infinite times मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया.
नहीं, गलत कह रहे हो तुम. tends to 1 raised to power tends to infinity है. Exact 1 नहीं आएगा. Exact 1 raised to power tends to infinity is 1. That is not indeterminate form. तो पूछ कितने क्वेश्चन पूछना है मुझे? अरे ये तो नोट्स का ही चक्कर था बस जो कंटिन्यू किया है. क्वेश्चन तो पूछ इस तरह के उल्टे पुल्टे. L is equal to the ये और कैसे समझाऊं? एक और मेथड बताओ. हाँ बोलो.
एग्जैक्ट 1 के यहाँ पे अभी इसमें ln ले लिया था.
Let tends to infinity. रुको ना एक बार. Tends to infinity into exact 0.
equal to 0.
खुश?
सर.
हाँ बोलो 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 बोलो.
सर.
हाँ पूछो.
सर अदर बैच को दिया.
लड़ाई चल रही है. रुको.
सर लड़ाई
रुको. हाँ.
सर हमने जो ग्राफ ड्रॉ किया है उसमें यू हैव टॉट ऑल दिस इंडिटरमिनेट फॉर्म्स में आफ्टर डिफाइनिंग.
सर नासिक डन.
अच्छा नासिक डन. प्लीज 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 एक मिनट मैं लेता हूँ तुम्हारा आंसर. हाँ.
तो सर जब हम वो like suppose we are solving something like limit x tending to 0 and at that particular value we are getting a value 0. So will 0 be included in the range of the function or not?
0 पे अगर वैल्यू 0 आ रहा है तो रेंज आएगा.
सर लेकिन लिमिट x टेंडिंग
उससे
टू 0
मतलब ही नहीं है. तुम बताओ अभी जो ग्राफ बनाया था
हाँ
उसका रेंज में तू शामिल होएगा कि नहीं होएगा? तुम्हारे क्वेश्चन का आंसर बताओ. हाँ नासिक ब्रांच 2 मिनट रुको ना यार प्लीज, और लोग को करने दो.
Sir, Dadar branch.
Dadar also done.
Sir, first one, I have a doubt in the first one. So, the 0 which you obtained there is exact 0, no?
हाँ.
Then the second infinity. So the second infinity that is tending or exact?
Second is denominator is tending and numerator is exact minus 1.
The final answer.
तो सर
फाइनल आंसर इज अप्रोचिंग
एग्जैक्ट इंफिनिटी है.
अरे यार ये एग्जैक्ट इंफिनिटी तो कुछ होता ही नहीं है. मैंने शुरू में ही सिखा दिया कि यहाँ लिख रहा हूँ, इसका मतलब दिस लिमिट इज अप्रोचिंग टुवर्ड्स इंफिनिटी. limit is approaching towards infinity and value of the limit is not defined. Understood?
Okay.
हाँ, आप कुछ पूछ रहे हो? एक मिनट, इधर से कोई पूछ रहे हो? Answer is 0. 0 बात है. अभी जोश में आ गई. 0. हाँ, right. 0.
अरे बोला है ना. 100 बार बोला.
उसको बोला गौतम क्या है? बोलो जी करना. उसको बोल गौतम. नहीं. लेना मुझे एसटीपी आज लिमिट्स का पता नहीं था कब स्टार्ट होएगा. पता लगता कि लास्ट हाफ एन आवर ही चला लिमिट्स तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दिया, इसमें कुछ आया ही नहीं, इसलिए नहीं दिया. है तो एक्सेल में तो हुआ ही है ना एसटीपी फर्स्ट लेक्चर में, सेम एसटीपी तो देना है. तो मिले है ना सारे 11 एसटीपीज. 7 के बाद में 8, 9, 10, 11 मिला. एक स्टूडेंट को मिला मतलब सबको मिला. This is your responsibility. Classic branch, can you please tell me the answer? We have got the correct answer from APGC 2, so you are allowed to give the answer. अच्छा, Dadar also got it. Give the chance to Dadar. Dadar branch, what is your answer?
Sir, Dadar branch answer 0.
What about Classic branch? You also getting 0.
0.
हाँ, easy हो गया ना देखो question. How many students have got it 0? अच्छा सॉरी मैं टाइम जबरदस्ती इधर बात कर रहा हूँ. आई गया समझ. बॉक्स x होल स्क्वायर, बॉक्स x प्लस 7 एंड बॉक्स x प्लस 8 ये आ रहा ना, डिवाइडेड बाय व्हाट? साइन ऑफ x प्लस 7 into साइन ऑफ x प्लस 8, लिमिट एक्सटेंडिंग टू -7. इफ आई टेक द RHL तो RHL में मतलब -7 प्लस यहाँ डाला तो ये बन गया -7, एग्जैक्ट -7 प्लस 7 एग्जैक्ट 0 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय फाइनाइट क्वांटिटी. न्यूमरेटर इज एग्जैक्ट 0. व्हाट अबाउट डिनोमिनेटर? Denominator this part. When x is approaching towards -7, this is approaching towards 0. Approaching towards 0. The final answer is coming out to be 0. Understood?
So अगर स्क्वायर में -7 डाल देते तब?
हाँ डालो ना यार, क्या है तकलीफ तो ये है ना कि सॉल्व करेक्ट से नहीं हो रहा है, बाकी आंसर तो वही आएगा ना. These two are identically equal, तो सॉल्व करेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है बस.
सर अगर हम लोग उधर नीचे डिनोमिनेटर में अगर होता है साइन ऑफ बॉक्स x प्लस 7 तो नॉट डिफाइंड हो जाता.
हाँ तब नॉट डिफाइंड हो जाता. मैं इसको लेता हूँ. एंड व्हाट अबाउट LHL? LHL भी एग्जैक्ट 0 बन गया इसकी वजह से, क्योंकि -7 माइनस जब यहाँ लोगे ना तो देखो ये 0 बन जाएगा. -8 एग्जैक्ट -8 प्लस 8 इज 0, सो दिस इज एग्जैक्ट 0 डिवाइडेड बाय टेंड्स टू 0 इज कमिंग आउट टू बी 0. एक बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन पूछा है इधर में, ध्यान दे दो सब लोग. एक क्वेश्चन ये पूछा है कि सर एक काम करो, इसको आप जो है ना इसको बॉक्स लगा दो एक बार. हो गया खत्म क्वेश्चन. लिमिट नॉट डिफाइंड, क्योंकि डिनोमिनेटर एग्जैक्ट 0 बन जाएगा. हैव यू अंडरस्टूड दिस?
सो जब वो नॉर्मल रैकेट था सर तो सिंपली ऐसे ओपन करके भी बता सकते थे ना सर, जब सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे तो कभी 0 नहीं बनेगा.
बट लिमिट सॉल्व
ठीक है ना, ये टेंड्स टू 0 तो बनेगा ना, लिमिट सॉल्व नहीं कर सकते ना.
सर
हाँ बोलो.
सर अगर x प्लस 7 पे बॉक्स होता है उसमें तो -7 माइनस पे तो उसका बॉक्स -1 बन जाता ना.
अरे यार तो एक वन साइडेड लिमिट तो डिस्कस नहीं होगी ना.
पर उस पे we will consider only that side का लिमिट ना. If it
अच्छा डोमेन से बाहर हो जाएगा,
exists
-7 प्लस ही डिस्कस होएगा. Is got it correct actually.
Okay.
उस कंडीशन में -7 माइनस डिस्कस ही नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि 0 डोमेन से बाहर चला गया. -7 माइनस डोमेन से बाहर चला गया. डिनोमिनेटर शुड नेवर बी 0. डिनोमिनेटर एग्जैक्ट 0 जहां बनेगा वो x का वैल्यू डोमेन में नहीं होएगा. तो -7 माइनस इट इज समथिंग लाइक √x. x टेंड्स टू 0 प्लस ही डिस्कस कर रहे हैं ना. इट इज समथिंग लाइक दिस क्वेश्चन. ही इज राइट एक्चुअली. इट इज समथिंग लाइक दिस x अपॉन बॉक्स x. कैन यू प्लीज रिमेन क्वाइट? सारे लोग को सुनने दो ना यार. x upon box x and somebody is asking to solve x for x tending to 0 plus. It's not in the domain. 0 plus is not in the domain. You cannot discuss it. Are you getting my point? When you write 0 plus here, this becomes exact 0, and exact 0 in denominator is not defined. Either we'll say it's not defined, right? Or if we are talking about appropriate limit, then we cannot discuss 0 plus, we will discuss only 0 minus. Are you okay with this? Is it clear? Okay. So this was my first question. I am removing this box here. Now write down methods of solving limits.
So if on the numerator instead of box x plus 7, it was just x plus 7.
हाँ तब गड़बड़ तब
सीधा काट नहीं सकते.
हाँ सीधा काट दे सकते हो.
sin x plus 7 और x plus 7.
हाँ x plus 1 हो जाता था फिर इसी को सॉल्व.
हाँ सर.
ऐसे काटना पीटना कभी नहीं चाहिए हाँ. लॉजिकली समझना चाहिए.
हाँ सर लॉजिक.
काट दो पीट दो ऐसे नहीं होता है. Yes, methods of solving limits. The first method. First में बहुत सारी चीजें मैं include करूँगा. First method, factorization, rationalization. ये first में ही है सब कुछ है. Substitution. And using binomial theorem.